What's going on, everyone? So for this video, I thought about making a video where we can all know each other and see our perspectives on the Doom series. The title is pretty self-explanatory. What are your guys' favorite aspects of Doom? 5 favorite aspects of Doom. I'm sure we all can put more, but I just wanted a magic number, and that magic number seems to be 5. I think it's enough to let people know what you like about Doom, and yeah, I'm gonna be posting mine. I hope to see you guys do the same, and I also hope the people who are currently using this YouTube channel do the same too. So my first aspect is the fact that Doom is ageless. I think the fact that Doom is an old video game series and it manages to hold up really well to this day and age is definitely one of my favorite aspects. The level design is interesting, and it just has a lot of things that makes it play really well. Good controls, and the overall movement feels good, and the game's really exciting too. Like, it has fun weapons, and the game isn't shy and throwing stuff at you to shoot so you could feel like a badass. Doom 3's graphics is something I want to mention. I think it really looks good to this day, despite of being, a game from 2004, but I still get pretty impressed by playing the game on ultra settings on PC, and that's something I gotta put, since I remember when I first played Doom 3, I was just blown away by the visuals. It was just so photorealistic at that time, and it still is to this day. My second favorite aspects are the shotguns. To be honest, the two weapons I'm really interested in using for the upcoming Doom are the shotgun and super shotgun, and possibly another shotgun if there is another one, but yeah. Doom really made me fell in love with shotguns. I really loved the shotgun when I first played the original game and knew it was, my personal weapon from the get-go. In Doom 2, I drooled over the super shotgun when I first used it, and I personally didn't think the shotgun was as good in Doom 2 despite it being the same gun from the first game, since Doom 2 is just a more intense game overall. Doom 3's shotgun. I see a lot of people hating it since it's not like Doom 1 or 2, but I actually really like the shotgun in that one. You just gotta treat it differently, and it's actually a solid weapon and a good successor to the classic Doom. And of course, the super shotgun was also a good successor to the Doom 2 variant. I think Resurrection of Evil balanced the two better, since it did take a while for the reloading to be done for the double barrel in Resurrection of Evil, and the game also did throw in more enemies than Doom 3 did, so you kind of have to be using another weapon if you were in close quarters. I hope to see the new Doom have better shotgun balance than Doom 2 did, but it seems like the super shotgun is going to be a more favorable weapon over the classic shotgun. The third aspect is definitely something I have to put, and that is map design. Map design in Doom has always been something that people praise Doom for, and I am totally one of those people. The maps have always been complex and interesting, but not always maze-like. I hear, people saying it's maze-like, but I can totally tell these people never ever played any of the marathon games, because those games will give you real maze-like levels. But I love how, the levels in Doom, they're complex, where it totally adds depth and personality to the game. It's something that can separate a good single-player driven shooter compared to an amazing single-player driven shooter. Of course, it promotes exploration, which you always want to have in a shooter, just to, keep it more interesting than focusing on the combat. The fourth aspect is the replayability. I know Doom is a game that has many user-generated content, but I am generally focused on the actual game itself when it comes to replayability, and there's a lot of stuff that encourages me to replay the vanilla maps over and over again. I am not a competitive gamer, but I do have a mindset similar to those guys. I like to improve myself as a player, and I always see things that I can improve in my gameplay. I can, try to figure different strategies, try to be more creative with my playing style, trying to be more confident in terms of movement, and the list just goes on and on. That's one of the things that I really love Doom, and it makes me feel like I can always find something I can improve upon, even if I can play, these maps without saving or dying. There's always something I can see myself in being able to improve. Obviously, Doom has the whole score system too, to let people come back and replay. Maybe you want to try to get 100% kills this time, or look for all the secrets. That's another thing. I do want to mention that classic Doom really does give you that incentive to come back and replay it. It's always good to finish a map and, kill every enemies or finding secrets, since I feel like that's how you should play the classic games, because that's the definitive or optimal way to play the classic Doom games, in my opinion. Last but not least, the combat, of course. Doom has an amazing and addicting combat system. The weapons are fun to use, and the demons are well designed too. And they're also the things that make the combat interesting. You got hit scanners, projectile-based enemies, melee enemies, and more special type of enemies like the Pain Elemental. All of these enemies are combined with the satisfying weapon sandbox that Doom has. It's the formula of success for a single player driven shooter. You can create so many interesting encounters with the enemies, just depending how you use the enemies or the kind of weapons you're giving the player, or trying to encourage the player for using a specific weapon. Like, I just really love how complex the system for the combat can be for Doom. That's my favorite aspects of Doom. Now it's your guys' turn to share it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be uploading more if I can.